Daily, how to support Hawaii moving forward. We got details on the climate crew, and we're testing our knowledge on clean energy with the Blue Planet Foundation.
Plus, I-9 Sports Honolulu stops by ahead of fall season registration.
And are you headed to Japan soon? Learn more about how Zip Air can get you there quick and easy. Hey, aloha and welcome to High Now Daily. I'm Kainoa Carlson. We got a great show planned for you and happy Wednesday. Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm Rachel Pocaro, and I had the day off yesterday, and it was so nice because it's a weekday, and that's pretty rare. Things are empty, so it was nice.
How was it? What'd you do?
I hung out with my kids. My daughter just started basketball with I-9 Sports, which we are going to be talking to them a little later in the show, but she just started basketball. So, I pulled out my old sneakers and my ball, and I showed her a little thing or two, just fundamentals.
So are you Coach Pocaro out there? Because I was coached by a Coach Pocaro. Are you Coach Pocaro?
It runs in our blood.
Yeah.
We love the game of basketball. So, I still got a little bit. Well, I still got that little English on.
Yeah, you had some knowledge to offer, yeah?
We got something.
Okay, I love it. Now, we're talking about sports and we're talking about competition. And that's what we're going to kick this show off with. This segment is called Community Commitment. This is sponsored by Hawaii State Federal Credit Union. Take a look. All right, again, mahalo to Hawaii State Federal Credit Union. Today we are catching up with Blue Planet Foundation. How's it, Griff? Pretty good.
All right, Griff, let's talk about Blue Planet Foundation. You guys have something that's called the Climate Crew. What is that? I know you guys are bringing the youth in.
We are. We're getting them involved. So, the Climate Crew program is a 7-month program through Blue Planet, and it's getting high school students across the state involved with climate policy. And how do we get involved with our communities, make an impact, trying to address the climate crisis that we're going through.
So what what can students expect to learn when they participate in the Climate Crew?
Yeah, you're going to be tested on a few of these things in just a second.
We're talking competition right here.
So they're going to be going through, we have a module kind of system set up, kind of revamped the whole program recently. So I'm really excited about that. But talking about balancing the grid, right? We have our renewables, we have our fossils, we have energy efficiency. How is this all working together? What do we need more of, and how that's going to balance out? Equitable climate policy, and that's going to be during the legislative session. So we're going to fly everyone in. They're going to go to the Capitol opening day, meet their representatives and lawmakers, and then environmental justice, which is hugely important here, especially here. And then the last one's climate health, and how is the climate affecting our frontline communities, and how is it affecting them as youth? They have a lot on their plate, and this is another kind of daunting thing that we want to try to help and give tools and have open space for them to communicate about it.
Absolutely, and you guys are always trying to make it fun for them. So there's some things where you go in person, and there's things that they kind of do at home on their own, but it kind of goes over a course of 7 months?
Yeah, 7 months, and then we kind of have these things called, we have these things called climate actions. And some of them are kind of aligned, this is what we're gonna do, we kind of guide them through that process. Whether it's submitting testimony or contacting their representative, things like that. But at the end, we're going to get actually our community partners involved. What are some of the issues that they're facing? They're going to pitch them to the members in the Climate Crew, and those are going to form groups and actually put together an action plan to try to help community organizations.
I love it, and empowering the kids at a young age is important. Before we get to the trivia, last one for you though. Okay. Why is it so important for the youth to get involved with all of these different objectives that you just mentioned?
Yeah, they have a unique perspective on this, on any kind of issue that's coming out. But what we've been doing in the past isn't quite working. So, I see my role as giving them tools and opportunities to grow, to try these different things out and to, make impact. Then they can carry that on in the future, because they are going to be living in this future a lot longer than us. So,
and I wanted to touch upon the partnerships that you guys have, because this is actually a free program, right?
Right. So it's free, all travel, accommodations, and anything related to the climate actions, all free because of our generous sponsors. So we got Hawaii Energy, Alaska Airlines, Johnson Ohana, the list goes on and on. But you can feel that support, and it's important to to build those partnerships so we can provide the students with this.
Gotcha. Real quick, how do students apply for the climate cohort, the climate crew cohort?
There it is. Cohort 5, can't believe it. This is our 5th one. So you can go to Blue Planet website, click the youth education one, and you're going to learn more about the climate crew. It will have the application there. They can also, hopefully there's a QR code somewhere in
There
here.
it is, right on cue.
Oh, yeah.
Right on cue.
Magic.
So yeah, they can click or kind of scan that. And then we have texting updates. So all sorts of ways. You can always throw me an email. Happy to link up with you and help you out.
All right.
Wonderful. Okay, now we're going to go head to head.
The time for talk is over. It's
Yes.
competition time, and we're going over some, this is energy trivia. Right?
Energy
Is that what's
trivia.
happening?
Wait, so should you get over here? Or
Oh,
should,
oh, okay.
no.
You-
Oh,
you-
gotcha. Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Almost like,
Okay.
like Jeopardy style.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
ready.
Be gentle with the button. Okay. So you can steal a point though.
Ooh.
Okay. If you get it wrong, then Rachel.
Gotcha.
Okay. So
Steal- okay.
let's go. Hawaii is over 90% dependent on oil for our energy and transportation. Holy cow. How much money does Hawaii spend on oil in a I'm not finishing the question.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see the answers. Well,
my
okay.
gosh.
I saw 15 million. That was the last thing I saw. Was that?
Oh my gosh, you got it right.
Wait, that's a
Yeah.
$15 million a day on oil for our transportation, a day.
a day.
That's
Incredible.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right, you're up one.
I don't like
one.
jumping
Good
now.
answer.
Yes.
That
Okay,
was
I'm gonna wait
bold.
Next
I'm
time,
gonna win
sorry.
15 mil. Okay, go.
Okay, sticking with transportation, it's one of the highest contributors to the state's greenhouse gas emissions, right? If you were to add up all the miles that people in Hawaii drove in just one day, how many round trips to the moon could we take?
13 round trips.
No.
58 round trips.
58
Yes!
round trips to the moon and back in
Yes.
one day of travel just in Hawaii.
Holy smokes.
Okay, that's it. I'm picking the highest
That's
number from
crazy.
here on out. What is going on?
Yep, okay. Is it 1-1?
It's
It's 1-1.
Okay, there's a
that's-
great prize for the end, okay?
58
Oh,
round
there's a prize, there's a
trips.
prize.
There it
Crazy.
is. Okay, so here we go. On what day does Hawaii use the least amount of energy?
Super Bowl.
You sure?
I figure everybody's sitting down,
Least
cruising,
amount
not
of-
doing anything but watching TV, you know?
You're absolutely right. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Everyone gets together in one house, and that way everyone else is, like everyone's using energy across whatever every other day,
good
but
one.
everyone gets together.
That's a good one.
Right?
That's a good one.
So,
I was just thinking everybody's just
Congratulations.
cruising. Wow. Okay.
Dang.
winner, chicken dinner. You are now
Climate crew.
climate.
Oh my gosh.
You know
okay.
what? We love you so much.
You know what? I'm happy.
Participation.
I'm happy.
Always important.
I won, but man, those numbers are staggering,
Yeah.
and that's why we have the youth now coming on board with you folks so that you guys can educate and bring them up to speed because they are the future, and we need change, right?
They are.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And we were talking earlier. Now, Climate Crew, you gave us the website on how people can apply, but what type of specific students are you guys looking for?
We want, again, motivated students. We want someone that's going to follow through with their commitments. They don't have to know all the things right now. That's what we're here for, to give them those basics, that groundwork to then build on. So you want to learn more, you want to make an impact in your community, sign up for the crew.
Yes, absolutely, Griff. Thank you so much for joining us today, and of course for giving these children an outlet to go out there
sure.
and just learn more so that we can know more and do more, right?
Absolutely. Climate Crew, go ahead and check them out. We'll have all this up at HighNowDaily.com. And we'll have much more from High Now Daily Live coming up after the break.
I win!
Dang
Thank
it.
you so much for my shirt. This is awesome.
Thanks, Griff.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Yes. Aloha and welcome back to High Now Daily. I-9 Sports is back with details on fall registration, but time is running out, so you better act quick.
That's right. So right now we got Program Director for I-9 Sports Honolulu, Renee Sanjinas is here. And before we get into fall registration, what's to come with that, let's talk I-9 Sports first. What makes the league so different?
What makes our difference from other organizations out there, I think, has to do a lot with our culture, our philosophy, our communication, and just, what we bring to our families. An area where it's not too competitive out there for our youth. Some families are not really looking to be in that world of super highly competitive sports, especially in our flag football realm.
That will always come later.
Yeah, exactly. Right now we engage with a lot of the younger youth, from ages 3 up to 14. Like you mentioned, there's going to be that time in their life where it's going to get competitive, and that extra step or level that the parents are looking for, they can get there.
Right now, I feel like for me as a mom who's starting my daughter off in basketball for the first time, she's 6 years old, but yeah, starting her easing her right into it, I feel like that was the vibe we were going for, and we signed up with I-9 Sports, and it's been maybe 2 weeks now, and we are so happy because she's loving it, she wants to keep playing, and that's why I took the day off yesterday, because she's wanting to do more, so it's nice. So, thank you for putting out this program for them. And speaking of programs, you guys have different types of sports. I mentioned basketball. What are some of the other ones?
Yeah, we have basketball, flag football, soccer, t-ball, and our newest program, volleyball, that just launched about 2 seasons ago now, earlier this year.
And then what are the age ranges for that?
Well, different programs have the different ages. Football goes up to 14, basketball up to 12, so the soccer, volleyball starts 7 to 12. T-ball goes up to age 7.
Oh, that's what I'm going to put my boy in next, because he's 3 and you said 3, and I'm like, I got to get that boy running, get that energy going, right? All right, well, now what's upcoming for you guys? Something new is going on.
Yeah, so we definitely have a big partnership coming up. We'll make an announcement early January 2024, so stay tuned to that. We're looking forward to that. We also have some upcoming multi-sports camps that we're looking to launch in the new year as well. During those school break camps, something where the kids can go to after school as well. We're looking into after-school programs as well with certain elementary schools especially.
Gotcha. And when it comes to the multi-sport camps, what are some of those sports you guys are going to be featuring at those?
The same sports that we have here. Sometimes we'll do a little bit different stuff that the kids will get into, some games outside of this that we see here, to keep them engaged, athletic, keep them exercising and whatnot. Yeah.
Awesome. And then I wanted to ask for volunteers who want to participate as well, the parents, the coaches out there. Shout out Coach Terry, who's been awesome working with the 5 and 6-year-old girls out there. So patient. Love that guy, man. But for people who want to volunteer their time and work with kids, you guys taking anybody? You need more people?
Yeah, we're always looking for coaches. There's never enough. We want those great mom and dads, those uncle and aunties out there that can just be some super role models, and that's what we're looking for, right? In this day and age, the kids are experiencing a lot, coming out of COVID. Now we're looking for those adults, or those, like I said, those parents that can just guide, help, encourage our young youth coming up at this challenging times for them.
Right on. And Renee, one more time, how do people sign up fall registration? Time's running out, right? They got to get on it.
This week, Friday, is our deadline for the registration. So do register now. Some programs are approaching that sellout. So if you happen to put yourself on that wait list and you want to get off, think about coaching, and you can up yourself in the list to be placed.
There you go.
Right on. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Go ahead and sign your kids up. It's so worth it. They're going to have so much fun with I-9 Sports Honolulu. You're watching High Now Daily. We will be right back. Welcome back to High Now Daily. It's My Life, Just Listen is a campaign launched here at Hawaii News Now to support healthy relationships within our community.
That's right. So today we're discussing how physical activity helps teens find balance and reduce stress. So we're welcoming Kingsley Ayu, Dean of Student Wellbeing from Athletics at Kamehameha Schools. Welcome, Kingsley. How are you?
Mahalo. What a blessing to be here. I appreciate your folks' show.
Now, I wanted to ask you to your title is not maybe super common at a lot of athletic educational institutions. So tell us about what you do.
Well, at Kamehameha Schools, we want to have a holistic approach. So we know with nationally with Simone Biles and other professional athletes as well as college, mental health is a big issue. So we're grateful that our Po'okula, Taryn Chan, has provided an opportunity for athletics to have a dean of well-being, and then we work closely with our school deans and the counselors, providing that holistic approach to supporting our Haumana Kamehameha Kapalama.
All right. Well, now speaking of the Haumana, you're
Yes.
talking about these kids that are going through a very crucial time in their life. There's a lot going on. How do they balance? Like, what is the tips for balancing the work? I mean, that schoolwork, and then of course athletics.
Right, that's the million-dollar question, right? But definitely in Hawaii, we have the value of lokahi, balance and harmony. Not only our mental and physical and our spiritual well-being is so very important. However, I have a little counterintuitive advice. Elder Bednard mentioned that we can't balance everything at one time. So that if we focus on our priorities and live in that moment. So when you're at school, focus in school. When you're in extracurricular activities, focus on those extracurricular activities. When you're at home, listen to your parents, do your chores, and live in that moment and be home and be present.
And how big of an impact do you think athletics is, and this idea of physical movement really helping to reduce stress in adolescents, teens, even at the high school level?
You know, it's a key. It's recommended that our teenagers, that they 60 minutes a day, and that they have vigorous or moderate exercise. And we're blessed to live in Hawaii. We have the plethora of things that they can do. Find a passion, try something new, and just get out, and get active.
Yeah. And what are some of the ways that you suggest kids to get active? Or maybe breathe through some things, maybe it's about sitting down and just, sitting in your thoughts, taking deep breaths.
Well, that's definitely important, but as a youth, you want to be with your friends. So find a friend group that you're interested, that you have same interests, and do that, whether it be hiking. I'm loving pickleball right now. It's a big craze.
It's very popular.
Yes,
so
it is.
popular.
Yeah. So whatever it is, just get out, get up, and get active.
And how has it been for you in this position, in this specific role, and are you able to really see that type of impact that you, the role, and this object from Kamehameha, is it really kokuing in the way that you know?
It really has. We know that our coaches have such an influential on our student athletes. They're the most influential, I would say, as an adult. And in actuality, our parents tell our coaches a lot more than they would anyone else, just because of that connection that you have. So we're able to holistically help them. The information that I receive, I'm able to share that with our kumu and with our teachers and vice versa. If they're having difficulties in school, not going to study hall or behavioral wise, I inform the coaches and they have a great influence. So they'll help to correct that behavior and more importantly, support them and love them, right? Our precious commodity, our haumana are so precious to us.
Wow, I love that, because even though you're kind of speaking to your students and the youth, listening to you is making me kind of think internally, like, man, I could benefit from some of that, exercising more for sure, but also sitting with my friends, or getting inside my head, taking deep breaths, and just kind of living in the moment.
Yeah. And it's really personal, right? I mean, every person is different, so finding what will help you, and that's the key.
And then how big do you think it is that this is offered from Kamehameha Schools? I mean, myself as a former athlete, Rachel played too. I think back to just like 10, 15 years ago, like a program like this, an opportunity like this wasn't something you saw at a lot of schools.
It really is a blessing at Kamehameha for us to have this opportunity to help all of our students, right? And more importantly, work unitedly together to support them and help them in their lives.
Awesome. Well, we'd love to see more of that at other schools as well, because, we were talking about how the keiki, they're our future, so making sure that they're on the right path, their mental health is in check, and of course, staying active, always big and high up on that list. So thank you so much for joining
mahalo.
us today.
Appreciate it. And Imua, we have a warrior right here in the house.
Mahalo for coming on the show,
mahalo.
KJ, and it is such important work you and all the coaches are doing
Thank
up
you.
there.
Mahalo.
You're watching High Now Daily Live. We'll be right back after the break.
Aloha and welcome back to Hi Now Daily. Right now I'm with Jessica Sun of VCA Hospitals, and you brought your good old pal here, Blake. Now today we're going to be talking about canine influenza. What is that and how concerned should we be that it's here in Hawaii?
Yeah, canine influenza is actually a strain of two viruses. They've been around since about 2004, but we've never actually seen it in Hawaii before. And unfortunately, in August, we saw our first cases.
So how concerned should we be? I mean, as hearing it myself, I'm like 4 or 5 cases. Is that a lot? What's the concern level right now?
Yeah, the concern level is fairly high because we haven't seen it here before. This is something that we can vaccinate for, but we've never had to in Hawaii because it hasn't been here before.
Okay, so you said that there are some vaccinations.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So canine influenza, because we've known about it for a while, we do have vaccines available. So ideally they're what we call a bivalent vaccine, meaning it covers for 2 of the main strains of canine influenza. And dogs should be vaccinated, they should have 2 boosters, 2 to 4 weeks apart, and then get annual boosters after that. And while it's not 100% protective, it does help lessen the severity of them getting sick and how sick they do get. So we do recommend vaccination.
Okay, so if you have your canine at home and it looks like they may be sick, what would some signs be if they had influenza?
Yeah, so common signs of canine influenza are coughing, sneezing, nasal discharge. If you bring your dog to a veterinarian, they'll take a temperature because oftentimes those dogs have fevers as well. Most dogs don't get terribly sick. They sort of, like us, don't feel very well for a little bit, but with some rest get better. But unfortunately, some pets get really sick and can die from this.
Wow, so what you want to do is just take some precautions, and that might be staying away from really crowded areas, right?
Yeah, so any areas of really high dog concentrations, so groomers, kennels, dog shows, pet stores, it's probably better if your pet is not vaccinated to stay away from those places.
Okay, so if indeed you want to get your dog vaccinated, you said it's a 2-step approach. They have to go and get the first, and then a couple weeks later you go in for the second dose, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and what would that look like when you are doing the testing on your dog?
Yeah, so testing for canine influenza is actually a nasal and throat swab.
Okay.
So it's fairly easy. Dogs are pretty well tolerant. Blake is pretty good about it. He's been a dummy dog, but basically we glove up sterilely and then pull out a specialized swab. And so similar to COVID, basically we do a nasal swab, and then one at the back of the throat, which I will spare him today.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we send those tests out to the laboratory. Takes about 2 to 5 days to get back.
Takes about 2 to 5 days to get back. So, I mean, it's not too uncomfortable for them. It's not like they have to get put under or anything like that, right?
No, it's a fairly
quick.
quick test, so probably could have done it real quick right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if people want to book an appointment with you folks at VCA Hospitals, where can they go? How can they do that?
They can always search us on the internet. We have 6 locations in Hawaii. I work at VCA Family and Oahu Veterinary Specialty Center in Pearl City, and you can always give us a call to book an appointment for vaccination. Or if you think your dog is sick and potentially has canine influenza, give us a call because we do have a 24/7 emergency department.
Awesome. Well, you two, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, we have all of those locations listed on our website as well. But we are watching Hi Now Daily. We will be right back.
So cute and sexy. This look is so effortlessly chic. These trousers are so beautiful in this jade tone. You could really pair this with any beautiful black blouse. It is a very elegant, gorgeous print for the fall. These are the colors we'd love to see every fall season. Bright chartreuses, beautiful burgundies and wine tones, and this sateen finish just makes it shimmer and so beautiful for every occasion you have this fall season. This gorgeous floral print is everything.
Loving the pop of pink. Move over, Barbie. So if people want to come in, pick up one of these styles, where can they go?
So we're here at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, but you can find these at any of our 7 locations around Oahu and one on the Big Island in Kona. And of course, you can always find us at cookiesclothingco.com on Instagram and Facebook.
All right, we're back at City Mill. One of my favorite things about City Mill is they can take the everyday average brother like me who don't know nothing. You can come here, find an expert, and they can help you out and show you some things. Warren, what do we have in front of us right now?
And we have Arborstone. It's a very good product.
Yeah, so Arborstone. What is Arborstone? Tell us about this.
Arborstone is basically made to look like real rock. You have this gray color. We carry this one because it's most like your lava rock or stone wall.
One of the benefits of the Arborstone, though, is when you're laying this thing down, you don't need any cement.
No, it's basically called dry stacking. You don't need any mortar bit, and it's very user-friendly because once you lay the first course down, and on that first course you bury it about halfway below grade, which means underground. And then you level everything off, and you make sure your first course is nice and level. Once you lay down your first course, then it's really easy after that. So this is a 4-inch grid, so you would bury it about halfway down. That's to help stabilize the wall, keep it from pushing out.
How high and how wide can we go?
You can go as long as you want. I have a friend that made a wall. Contractors quoted him, it's around $15,000. And then I introduced him to Arborstone. I showed him how it worked. And he said he ended up spending around $2,000 to do his wall. This is to give you the proper setback. Basically, you would put that down so that it rests on the back side of here, yeah? And you center it, and you can see how this portion here drops down below. Then you would set your third one, and you center it on this. And then when you look from the front afterwards, you see how the wall is slowly leaning towards the back. So that's the key. This tongue here definitely is a nice addition to your outdoor landscape.
You're beginner, you're advanced, and you're looking to take that landscaping to the next level. City Mill can help you out. We'll have all this up at hignowdaily.com.
Kainoa, you know so much now because of City Mill. Can you please, can I hire you to do my yard? Please.
Yeah, we should call Uncle Warren. Uncle Warren's got it. Okay, City Mill's awesome. Cookies is awesome. You're watching High Now Daily Live. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome to High Now. Today we're diving deeper into a local nonprofit organization working every day to protect our keiki here. We have Jamie Miller, the Executive Director of Ho'olaupo'o, and John Tobin, Special Agent in charge of Homeland Security Investigations. First of all, welcome to the show and mahalo for everything you guys are doing in our community.
Thank you for having me.
So Jamie, tell us a little bit about Ho'olaupo'o.
We're a nonprofit organization that works with children and the community to combat sex trafficking here in Hawaii.
So from your perspective, what are you seeing legislation-wise?
Through many efforts this past legislation session, a bill became a law, and that's Act 83. And what that does, it helps Hawaii, it propels Hawaii as far as legislation is concerned to look at and take a multidisciplinary, multi-pronged approach in tackling this issue. And it's bringing all government, non-government organizations and entities together to do a needs assessment of where we are as a state of Hawaii in anti-trafficking and what do we need so that we can bring an end to this here. So this is the first time that it's on our books in Hawaii recognizing what child sex trafficking is. And so that's monumental for us. We need John and what he does and what he directs here in Hawaii.
Our partnership with Ho'olaupo'o goes back to 2019 when we actually signed a memorandum of understanding to collaborate because we in law enforcement need the perspective of the service providers. A lot of the information that service providers receive is critical to what we do. It's critical to our investigations, and it's critical for us to be able to properly resource these types of investigations. It also allows us to collaborate closely with survivors, bringing those voices to the table so that we can have that knowledge and that experience make us better and educate us on things such as, the tactics that we use, the language that we use, some, very, very small things that make a big difference in us building the relationship with those people that are in need.
And how important is survivor input in terms of how that's going to help advocacy and legislation moving forward?
Yeah, so for us at Ho'olaupo'o, we are an organization that is survivor informed. It helps us with our treatment, with prevention, with the education, with all the programs that we do. So bringing survivors on board from the very beginning during their healing journey will help inform what we do next and what is to come in future generations.
What those voices help us do on the law enforcement side is really promote the things that they are looking for. Allow us to identify how we can be more effective. Because every single day, every single minute that somebody remains in that situation, they're suffering, and it is our responsibility to get to them and to make sure that when we get to them, that they trust us. And the trust between victims and law enforcement is one of the first things that traffickers attack.
And a lot of the programs that you mentioned with Ho'olaupo'o, you folks are looking for people to continue to be mentors and support the organization. So how can people do so moving forward?
Right, so you can just go to our website and find out more information there. You could email us. We are having an event coming up soon called our Pearl Gala event, a big fundraiser of the year.
How do people get more information?
They can come to our website at www.ho'olaupo'o.org. And we have all the information necessary to get in touch with us there.
Okay, mahalo Jamie, mahalo John for all of the work you're doing every single day in our community. And for more information about Ho'olaupo'o or to get tickets to the gala, head to our website as well, highnowdaily.com. Nah. No, it's okay.
Gotcha.
Joining us here in the High Now studio, we have Mr. Fukada, the Chief Marketing Officer for Zip Air. And if you could, Mr. Fukada, tell us a little bit about Zip Air for the people here in Hawaii who don't know.
So we as a Zip Air aviation industries go into the new area to long-haul, low-cost carriers.
Low cost. And so when did Zip Air start? What year?
Starting for this concept in the 2017, but actually we fly starting in the 2020 in the middle of the COVID-19. So that this is a very, very hard time for us to starting the business. Next year, 2022, should be something recovering.
And now there's these direct flights that are taking place on Zip Air from Hawaii to Tokyo.
Yes.
Tell us about those.
For Hawaii, for Japanese people, is the most popular destination. Before the COVID,
Hawaii people love Japan too.
Oh, really? Yes. But actually, before the COVID, more than 1.5 million people is coming to Hawaii yearly, Honolulu to Narita, Tokyo.
Zip Air also offers an array of services on board, as passengers can access and use a variety of complimentary services to enjoy in-flight entertainment on their own devices, such as a smartphone or tablet. Passengers can use free internet when taking Zip Air's flights, although on a long flight, passengers can enjoy checking emails or using SNS.
We do like to introduce this flight to Honolulu. Is the most biggest target for us. So this is actually something like our, how to say, the initial airfare prices. We do like to introduce something that improve the productivity for the cost side, so we can make this productivity, can make something offering the good prices, reasonable prices, people, especially for so many families.
For those of us looking to travel with the Ohana, U6 fare reservations can also be made on Zip Air, where children aged between 0 to 6 years old can be reserved at a discounted fare. In addition, you are guaranteed to be seated together and can enjoy a more pleasant experience on board. Zip Air also continues to put sustainability at the forefront as they use the Boeing 7878 aircraft. These aircrafts incorporate long-distance flights with improved efficiency of around 20% as compared to other models, thus making them more eco-friendly. The 7878 provides excellent comfort with higher cabin humidity and cabin pressure that is closer to ground levels. It also has relatively large windows, which also helps with ventilation.
Right, even though the prices, they're very reasonable, but the experience is still very top notch on Zip Air. Yeah?
Yes.
How do people book tickets and how do people get more information on Zip Air? What do people
Actually, directly from our website or the online travel agent.
All right, now speaking of Zip Air, earlier this month, they reached a milestone achievement by carrying its 1 millionth customer. So congratulations to them.
1 millionth customer. Okay, that's a little Austin Powers for you. But to celebrate this, the airline is launching a limited time thanks a million sail fare on its international network. Now take a look at your screen right now because this is what you need to know. The sail period is through October 4th at 11:59 p.m. That's Japan Standard Time. The travel period is through November 30th. The number of seats available through this sail is limited.
That's right, and blackout dates may apply and sail fare conditions may change without notice. So the lowest price for a one-way trip from Honolulu to Japan, drum roll please, $181. That's not bad. $181. Now for details, visit their website, zipair.net. And that leads to our question of the day. Where would you go if you could travel to Japan? Head to our High Now Daily Instagram page. And I think, Rachel, you're going this year, right?
Yes, I want to take my kids to Tokyo Disney, so that's high on our list. So that's my number one where I would pick. Yeah, what about you? Where would you go?
I think same, yeah. I have never been to Tokyo Disney, so.
And they've got Tokyo Sea, so that's a little different from the Disneyland or Disney World that we've gone to.
Definitely, and if you want to go to Japan, check out Zip Air. Thanks for watching.